Let's review volume. Find the volume of the pyramid. First, let's write down our formula. You get 1/3 base, area of the base, times height. I know this is area of the base because it is a capital B. To find the area of the base, it is a square. So you want to do side squared, which is 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16 centimeters squared. So volume equals 1/3 times 16 times the height, which remember is straight from the bottom or the base straight to the top of the base. That is 5 centimeters. When I multiply this all the way across, I get the volume is 26 6/10 repeating centimeters cubed. If the height doubled, how would this change the volume? If the height is currently 5 and I double it, so I multiply it by 2, I now have a height of 10 centimeters. So to find my volume, write out your formula. 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. The area of the base has not changed. It is still 16. The new height is 10. When I multiply this out, I get 53 3/10 repeating centimeters cubed. To find the changed attribute, you want to take the new volume, which is 53.3, and divide it by the original, which is 26.6, and you get 2. So the volume is 2 times larger. How about the volume of a cone? You want to write down the formula, which is 1/3 times pi r squared times the height. Remember to use 3.14 for pi. The radius shows here at 3 feet. Remember, radius squared is 3 times 3, and the height is straight from the base to the top of the cone. So that's going to be 9. Once I multiply from left to right, you get a volume of 84 7/8 feet cubed. If the radius of the cone is cut in half of its current length, what would the volume of the cone be? So if the radius is 3, and I divide that by 2, you get 1.5. And the height is still 9. So let's write our formula out. 1/3 times pi r squared times height. Volume equals 1/3 times 3.14 times radius squared. And again, that's 1.5 times 1.5 times the height, which is 9. So once you multiply from left to right, you get a new volume of 21.195 feet cubed. Once again, to find the changed attribute, you would take the new volume, 21.195, divide it by the original, and get 0.25, which is 1/4, meaning the volume is 4 times smaller. Let's look at the volume of the rectangular prism. Always label your sides. 6 centimeters can be your length, 25 centimeters is your height, 5 centimeters is your width. To find the volume of a rectangular prism, the formula is length times width times height. So 6 times 5 times 25. When I multiply this from left to right, you get 750 centimeters cubed. If the width were multiplied by 2, does this double the volume? So if the width is originally 5, and you double it or multiply it by 2 to get 10 centimeters, let's see what this does to the volume. Again, write down the formula. You get 6 times 10 times 25. The new volume is 1,500 centimeters cubed. To find the changed attribute, you want to divide 1,500 by 750, and you get 2. So the volume is 2 times larger. So yes, it doubles the volume. For the volume of a cylinder, you have your radius and your height. Your formula is volume equals pi r squared times the height. Remember to use 3.14 for pi. R squared is 4 times 4, and the height is 5. When I multiply this from left to right, I get 251.2 units cubed. If the height is tripled, what's the new volume? If the height is originally 5, to triple the height, you have to multiply it by 3. 5 times 3 is 15 units. To find the new volume, write down the formula. Now substitute the numbers in. Pi is 3.14. Your radius is still 4, and it's 4 squared, or 4 times 4, times the height, which is now 15. When I multiply from left to right, I get 753 divided by 6, and it's units cubed. If I divide 753.6 by 251.2, I should get 3, meaning the volume is 3 times larger.